Hi, I'm Priya from It's Okay Yaar, and this is our new series Decoded. And today I'm decoding the study abroad market. If this episode resonates with you, hit the share button and send it to your friends who are thinking of studying abroad. Number 1. Why Indian students are still obsessed with US universities. Let's be real, when it comes to top tier education, US universities operate at a whole different level. For us Indians, aiming for the stars, studying in the US isn't just about getting a piece of paper, it's about unlocking a universe of possibilities. Yes, the current situation in the US isn't ideal for international students. There's talks of stopping OPT, the post-study work visa, and now the infamous tussle between the Harvard University and President Donald Trump. But for many, it is still a favored destination. So now let's take a look at the reasons that make them the favorite. Number 1, mind-blowing research and facilities. Think MIT, Stanford, Harvard. These aren't just universities. They are powerhouses of research with the most insane tech and world-renowned professors. You could be working on stuff that's literally changing the future, from crazy AI breakthroughs to tackling climate change. And it's not just restricted to Ivy Leagues. There are so many great universities in the US that have top facilities for the student. Fields like data science, artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and biotech are absolutely exploding with cutting-edge research and student opportunities right now. Number 2, your education, your rules. Flexible curriculum. Forget the super rigid Indian syllabus. In the US, you get to mix and match. Want to pair computer science with a dash of entrepreneurship, or maybe engineering with a sprinkle of public policy? Go for it. The flexibility is a massive win. Number 3, global connections that actually matter. It's not just about hitting the books. It's about connecting with the future big shots and innovators from all corners of the globe. The friendships and professional links you forge here, they can seriously skyrocket your career later. Plus, you will be soaking in so many different perspectives. It will blow your mind in the best way possible. Number 4, get your hands dirty. Practical learning. US education is all about getting your hands dirty through internships, co-ops, and real research projects. This isn't just theory, it's prepping you for the actual challenges of the global job market, making you way more than just book smart. But wait a minute, before I move on, I need to tell you about something very important: the credentials check. Before you get dazzled by glossy websites and big promises, always double check if the university you are eyeing is actually legit. Don't just go by the name or flashy Instagram ads. Look for recognized accreditations, check global rankings if needed, but more importantly, dig deeper. Who teaches there? What is the alumni doing now? What is their placement track record? Study abroad consultancies, the good, the bad, and the seriously shady. In the last few years, there's been a boom in VC-funded edtech companies promising to make your dream of studying abroad come true. Some of them are genuinely trying to help you find the right fit, but there is a big but. Some of them are pushing you into unranked, non-accredited, and even dubious university just so that they can cash out on commissions. They might charge you lakhs in fees while steering you towards places that do nothing for your career. So here's rule number 1. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. These companies don't always care about your future. They care about their sales targets. So do your own research. Talk to people who've been there. There is a growing tribe of former international students now offering one-on-one guidance, honest advice, and even launching their own startups to help others navigate the study abroad journey. They are not middlemen. They are people who've actually done it, and they are way more likely to have your back. Number 2, is the American degree worth the big bucks? Alright, let's talk about money. The STEM gold mine, your ticket to a high-paying gig. For all you STEM aspirants, science, tech, engineering, math, the US is still a massive playground of opportunity. And while the current job market is a bit crazy, things will hopefully settle down soon. That brings me to the second point. What's the damage salary-wise? While the average starting salary used to be 80,000 to 120,000 USD, that's around 65 to 90 lakhs. Keep your eyes peeled for the latest figures for 2024 and early 2025, because this can be a big change in the job market. Big guns like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft are still hiring international talent, but it's getting way more competitive. So be prepared to bring your A game. Meanwhile, back home, even if you graduate from the top IITs or IIMs in India, the average starting package, which definitely is improving, usually sits considerably lower, around 12 to 15 lakhs per annum, though the absolute top placements can go higher. The next point, the ROI lowdown. Getting your money's worth. Okay, so tuition can set you back 50 to 70 lakhs. The goal, to make that money back in 2 to 3 years in the US. But heads up, the cost of living in many US cities is climbing, so factor that into your calculations. Back in India, seeing that kind of return on a similar investment could take a decade or even more. That brings me to the next point, long-term wallet happiness. A US degree isn't just about the first job. It often sets you for serious long-term financial stability with career growth, stock options, and retirement benefits that tend to be way better than back home. The US job market, it's always shifting. Quick heads up, the US job scene is constantly evolving. While STEM is generally a safe bet, some industries might have their ups and downs. Stay updated on what's hot and what's not, and it's worth a quick peek at how money and living costs stack up in other study destinations like the Canada or the UK just to get the full picture. And at the current moment, the job scene in the US is the lowest it's been in years. International students are struggling to land even internships, and a lot of it has nothing to do with your skills or credentials. It's something that's way beyond your control. Visa sponsorships. The study to PR pipeline. Will they let me stay here? Okay, let's get straight to the point. For many, going to the US for studies isn't just about hitting the books. It's about, settling here or at least staying here for a decade or so to make some money before they go back home. But let's be honest, very few do. That gets me to OPT, or the optional practical training, your foot in the door. After graduation, international students can get 1 to 3 years of OPT, which lets you work and get real life experience in the US. That is still a crucial step for many. Of late, this work permit has come under the scanner and there's a bill to remove this work permit. But from what we understand, it probably won't happen. The H-1B dream and beyond, the ultimate goal for a lot of folks is landing that coveted H-1B visa and eventually that green card, the golden ticket to permanent residency, and maybe even citizenship. Reality check. While historically over 70% of the H-1B visas went to the Indian nationals, things have gotten a bit more complicated in the recent years. This visa has become a point of contention for a lot of anti-immigration activists in the US that say it takes away jobs from Americans, and because of the current job market, a lot of previously safe companies aren't sponsoring H-1B visas at all. For many, the American dream used to often end up with a green card, but the path is getting trickier, no doubt. The shifting sands of the US immigration. There has been increased scrutiny. Recently, a lot of international students' service was terminated by the Trump administration for minor offenses like a speeding ticket. While they eventually roll that back, there's major uncertainty at the moment, and a lot of companies aren't willing to sponsor H-1B visas for international students. All this is causing major stress for Indian students. The future of OPT still uncertain because there's a bill in the US Congress to eliminate it, which probably might not happen. The Lake and Riley Act, what you need to know. It was enacted January 29th, 2025. This new law is tightening immigration enforcements, and yeah, it could have serious consequences for international students. We are talking potentially stricter visa enforcement and a whole lot more anxiety. Don't forget other options. It's also smart to remember that places like Canada, Australia, and the UK have also been tweaking their immigration rules. For example, Canada just put a cap on study permits for this year and next and made it tougher to get a post-graduation work permit. The UK, they've also tightened things up. So the whole study to PR route isn't as straightforward as it used to be, no matter where you're looking. Number 4, the prestige factor. Why that US degree still turns heads in India. For many Indian families, a US degree isn't just a piece of paper. ये तो family की आन बान और शान है. The elite stamp of approval back home. Whether it's a Harvard MBA, Stanford MS, or even a UCLA bachelor's, these diplomas still scream prestige and excellence back in India. Families proudly show off these framed degrees. It's a real badge of honor. In fact, this prestige isn't just about admiration, it's a point of public celebration. Parents can't wait to say, हमारी बेटी तो मास्टर्स के लिए अब्रॉड गई है, हमारा बेटा MIT में engineering कर रहा है. It's not just education, it's bragging rights. But hey, the world's getting smaller. While the US degree still holds major weight, degrees from other top global universities are also seriously gaining respect in India. The world's becoming a smaller place, and top-notch education is recognized everywhere, from campus to CEO, the entrepreneurial route. We are also seeing more and more bright Indian students from US universities heading back to India to launch their own startups, bringing back that global know-how and those valuable connections. Their success stories only add to the value of US education. Number 5, US universities still have a soft spot for Indian students. And while your amazing brains definitely play a part, let's be honest about the money they make. The tuition jackpot. International students, especially from India, are usually paying full tuition fees, often 2 or 3 times more than local students who get financial aid. For undergraduate programs at public universities, domestic students pay around $11,600 thanks to in-state subsidies and financial aid. In contrast, international students pay almost 3 times more, roughly $30,780 annually. Moving to the private universities, the gap widens further. Domestic students who often receive scholarships and aid pay around $20,000 on average, while international students can pay as much as $45,000 per year or even higher. The same pattern holds at graduate level. Indian students pursuing a public university master's degree may spend $30,000 a year, while domestic student might pay $10,000 to $20,000. At private grad schools, international fees can hit $45,000 annually, again 2 to 3 times more than the local students. It's obvious that the US universities not only value the academic excellence of Indian students but also rely heavily on the financial boost they bring to the campus. The billion-dollar impact. Back in 2022, Indian students pumped over $8 billion in the US economy. We are waiting on the latest figures, but that kind of money, it's more than the entire GDP of some of the smaller countries. Take a look at the remarkable rise in the number of Indian students heading to US universities over the past decade. Starting at over 100,000 in 2010, the numbers grew steadily, peaking at 330,000 in 2023. Despite global disruptions like the pandemic, interest in US education has remained strong, driven by aspirations for quality education, better job opportunities, and the prestige of a US degree. In fact, 2023 marked a historic milestone, with India surpassing China to become one of the top sources of international students in the US. Are things shifting? Interestingly, some US universities are making a bigger push to have students from all over the world, which could mean that the super high percentage of Indian students might see a slight dip down the line. What's the bottom line? For American universities, Indian students aren't just bright minds, they are a major financial asset. Number 6, the hidden struggles when the dream turns into a hustle. A lot of Indian students face some really tough challenges that you don't often see in the movies. The financial tightrope walk. With the cost of living going up in so many US cities, a lot of Indian students are juggling part-time jobs, think restaurants, gas stations, deliveries, just to make ends meet. It can be a real grind. Visa nightmares, the constant worry about getting that H-1B or green card, it can cause some serious anxiety and take a real emotional toll. The dream of staying put, it's becoming a lot more stressful for many. Feeling lost and alone. Being thousands of miles away from your family and friends, often in a completely different culture, can lead to some serious loneliness and culture shock. It's a bigger deal than many people realize. Help is out there. A lot of Indian students don't know about the mental health support available on campus or in the community. You can talk to your seniors or counselors and they'll point you in the right direction. Watch out for the wolves. Going back to those shady consultancies, some students end up in really bad situations, have been totally misled about the university or the job prospects after graduation. So, is the American dream worth it? For some, it's a life-changing adventure full of amazing opportunities. For others, it's a tough lesson, a path they might wish they had researched more carefully. Whatever your dream, go for it, but go in prepared with eyes wide open. Knowing the full picture can make all the difference. Let us know in comments if you want a step-by-step guide on applying to US universities, and even more importantly, what red flags to watch out when choosing a consultancy or a university. Also, share your thoughts on how these recent policy changes make you feel. If this video gave you some real insights and helped clear things up, hit that like button, share and subscribe for more honest takes on going abroad, and share it with your friends and family who are also in this journey. And if things aren't going your way, remember it's okay, Yaar, because they will eventually turn around. Until next time, this is Priya signing off. Have a wonderful day.